Hello, we're back with Alaistar and music production.
Hi, my name is Alaistar, and for my 8th grade project, I wrote and recorded an original song. I chose this for my project because I've always wanted to write my own song. I also know a lot of people who write and record music, and I've always wondered how they do it. My mentor for this project is my brother, Jonah, who has written and produced a lot of music. He also knows how to use music production software such as GarageBand and Logic. Jonah taught me to use this software to record my own songs. Overall, I've spent around 35 hours on this project. I decided to focus on electronic music. The concept of electronic music was first invented in the 1950s, when the first electronic synthesizer was created. A synthesizer is an electronic instrument, usually in the shape of a keyboard, that allows you to create a variety of different musical sounds. This is my synthesizer. As you can see, it looks like a keyboard, but I have a dial that I can turn to change the sound of the instrument it creates. For example, instead of finding someone to play the bass for me, I can make a bass sound like this. Or, instead of finding someone to play cello for me, I could do this. Or, instead of hiring a saxophone player, I could do this. Electronic music really started to become popular in the 80s with artists like Michael Jackson and The Cure. Since then, bands like The Killers and Phoenix have emerged in the 2000s. In the early 2000s, music production software such as GarageBand, Ableton, and Logic were created. This made it so that people could produce music without, people who didn't have access to a variety of different instruments could produce music themselves. This allowed people to create electronic music without a recording studio. Suddenly, electronic music was everywhere. This is GarageBand. GarageBand is a music production app that allows you to write and record your own music. Over here, we have the library, where I can select the instrument I want to use. This is where the instrument I'm using appears. And here is the soundboard. Every note I play appears here. Now I'm going to give a brief demonstration of GarageBand. I'm going to start by recording a bass line. I'm going to cut it down to where I want it. Now, I'm going to add a drum track. was a basic introduction to GarageBand. Now I'm going to show you the song I created. My overall highlight of this project was finishing my song. It felt really rewarding since I had spent months and months working on it. Looking back, I can easily say that the hardest part was writing my speech. I don't know why, but for some reason, writing about my project was harder than actually doing my project. Overall, I'm very glad that I could have this opportunity to learn about music production. In closing, I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me throughout this project, Ms. Tiswell at the school for providing me this opportunity, Mr. Alvarez for helping me with my speech, Kristen for all of her tech help, And last, but definitely not least, I'd like to thank my brother, Jonah, for taking time to help me throughout this project, for teaching me how to use GarageBand, and for helping me write my song. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Jonah, will you please stand? Any questions? Jonah?
Do you think you'll continue making music in the future?
Yeah, definitely. Hi.
Would you ever consider like producing other people's songs?
Yeah, I guess.
We have a question from Ben, Lily, and Maddie.
Funnest part of your project?
What? What's the question?
What was the funnest part of your project?
I don't. Was that funny?
Fun. Or funniest, really.
The most fun part of this project was definitely writing my song. It was really relaxing, and I really enjoyed it.
And we have a last question from 4th grade.
Do you plan on making more music in the future?
Yeah, definitely.
So we are now at the end of all of our 8th grade projects. Let's give a big round of applause for all of the 8th graders. And again, a huge thank you to the mentors who have spent so many hours with the students, and speech mentors as well. And just like a director for every play gets a recognition, I'm hoping, Kristen, will you come over? I know you don't like it, but come on over. Thank you so much. We could not have done this at all without you.
It really was my pleasure just to help and watch these amazing kids.
Happy spring break, everybody, and until next year with the 8th grade project, then we'll see you later.